Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen. So, as soon as we saw those bans come through, we looked at these two teams and went, oh, okay, no consulate ban, Vitality are going to pick it. It's their map. They love it.
Yep.
But the last time we saw North America and Xbox play it, we saw that perfect counter strat. You run Capital, you run Sledge, you run Buck, you take 6 grenades, you sit on the floor below.
You nade everything.
And you just grenade everything
the whole thing.
And it worked every single time. But Vitality, as they have tried this many times. They love this map. Yep. They play it often, and they don't give up those lower floors quite so easily when defending. But they're starting off on attack first. They are bringing 2 of those 3 grenade operators to the table. They're also bringing a Blackbeard who's going to go sit on that B window. They're bringing an Ash who's probably going to be very quickly running in and around the admin office and causing a nuisance up the far end. And then Thermite, we've started to see repel in from Skylight from those yellow stairs and start to blow these walls open. They're being reinforced there by Zephyr.
Yeah, no, I actually saw that on the PC scene at the very beginning of the first season. We will repel on that wall and try and get that open to get rid of the player in the closet in B site. It worked out pretty well as long as you had coverage on the top floor. Make sure no one's playing in the bathroom, for example. But it's kind of a risky play because you can still engage that Thermite from like you can get him from below, you can get him from the doorway that's right there and next to the table. There's a lot of options to stopping him from doing that.
Yeah, there's a lot of prep that needs to be done first to keep him safe if you're going to make such a risky play.
You're pretty much investing the whole team in that take.
Also, thing to note here, eXcellence. Well, Laxing is on this squad. He won Season 1. He has a Laxing push on Chalet for that reason. That was what won that game.
Yeah.
He then left that team for Season 2. He's now back here with them to try and win Season 3 with this squad. They are now running that sub too. That phase. Mizo mentioned.
Yeah,
Good play
that's
last
going to
week.
put them down a little bit.
Slightly new player, but yeah, they've had time to prep. It's not like a surprise substitution like the week before they flew or the day before they flew. Like they've been working with him, so now it's a curveball for Vitality too. It's like, okay, who is this new player? How does he play? We couldn't research him. Like let's see what we come up against. But being able to play against that man on their map, on Consulate, on the Vitality's home turf, so to speak. Perfect opening for them.
You're absolutely right. This is Vitality's map. You're correct in that. But also, you have to understand, eXcellence, what they do is they play the maps that rely on skill, rely on aim, rely on individual play. Like, that's what they're good at. That's what they do. And that's what Consulate is. So yes, this is Vitality's map through and through. They have probably the best strats for it. But eXcellence might be able to negate that just through their own player ability.
Which so far is starting out. Capital tries to come in through the kitchen window and is taken out by Zaphir's shotgun, by that Valkyrie shotgun. Dashboard is taken down by Lion, who's on this connector window, sees his feet prone behind the A-bomb. He couldn't stand up and move because Blackbeard's there waiting for him, and he does get downed and then finished off by Vitality's Blackbeard. Interesting that putting him here on this balcony is not as safe as could be, especially while standing. He could crouch and be in a much better spot, but normally we obviously see him repelled on those B windows. Either his way, Anthrax comes in, Crisco follows up too, and Skies into Zephyr. While they will lose Valiant down to England. England is low and has to spend some time healing himself up now. Laxing still alive, but there's not a lot of health on the Thermite, and Laxing himself is on 1 singular point of health. Could be looking for a dock heal soon, but the plant's going down inside A. Vitality figured out where everyone was going to be on eXcellence, and they pushed in with coordination to get the kills. They've now got the bomb down. The heal has gone over to Laxing. He's in that central corridor. Crisco takes out England in the connector, and now Furious G can sit out here on the balcony happy. There's one on the Visa stairs who does just spot Laxing cross off that way. Anthrax is that man and gets the kill. And the first round for Vitality.
That was a great take from Vitality, just your basic admin take. They took control of, not admin, rather offices. It was a great offices take. They took control of offices, they pushed their way into the site, they had the Blackbeard on the balcony there to influence the site, and honestly there was not a whole lot for eXcellence to do to stop them. They didn't have anyone to play underneath, try and get that C4 kill, they didn't have any, and they couldn't play in the site because of the Blackbeard. There wasn't a lot there to stop them.
Yeah, so as soon as they lost Capital to Valkyrie, but as soon as they found out where she was, they shoved her out of there by pushing in through, as you say, the admin office one, and then that entire side of the map was just under their control. There was no real pushback there from eXcellence at all, which, as you mentioned, their strategy being skill maps, gunfight maps, taking people straight up at face value and shooting them in the face.
Vitality isolated
every fight. Where that's what, that's how they were straight up. It's like, you're right, we're going to come straight to you. Yes, we'll isolate you, but we'll take you in one-on-ones. Beat us. They couldn't. Vitality just won each firefight. So
I think it had a lot to do with the fact that they had their Blackbeard playing on the balcony window there. It influenced, it put a lot of pressure on everyone involved in all of those skirmishes and really didn't give them a whole lot of options in terms of flexibility.
We'll see if they realize that strength and if they use it against them, as their own attacking setup contains a Twitch instead of a sledge.
And a Capcan on Team Vitality as well.
On defense, too. Well, now was this pretty... Oh, a free fire through the window from Vitality. Doesn't go near anyone, but it's a nice idea. Crosshairs, you can see we're close to Skies, but nothing too serious. But now, was the Twitch drone they like to play Capcan on this map, let's take out some traps early, or something else?
It's entirely possible.
Lion takes down England as the first kill of the round. That's Capitao gone. Big operator, lots of utility out, and you see it's here in Piano. It's a very aggressive outside spawn peek from
He's
Lion.
still going for it.
And yeah, he's looking for another one. Laxing's just around this corner and just outside Lion's sight lines. But as Thermite comes back across this edge, Lion is aware of it. Here's him come down here for the Claymore, but Laxing was still covering from range. Does take Lion down before he even hits the floor. Doesn't need to trigger the Claymore. And, well, they can possibly pick that up for later.
That was a good play from Jaeger to get rid of Capitao. Like you said, a lot of utility off the board, but then that unnecessary aggression, trying to push it, you know, trying to take more than he can really get, ended up costing him.
Is that a spectate bug, or was Laxing running with no shield on his black?
I think it's a spectate bug. It's entirely possible that he wasn't, but I think it's a bug.
Yeah, so Zephyr now on that Thermite is up here on the connector window and is firing into that little closet at the backside of the B site. Laxing's on the B window, locking him further in there. Interesting to see that Laxing's the man holding the diffuser, which suggests they're looking to actually make him repel in at some point. They've got to clear Anthrax out first. Furious G's over in the toilet. There are men on the skylight firing down through a hole in the top, keeping Anthrax pinned on in. But he is ultimately feeling quite safe right now. He can keep healing himself up. The shots that are rattling in have slowed because he's managed to find that sweet spot where not one of the three firing angles can actually see him. And he doesn't need to peek anymore. His team are also playing very static. Now he's starting to get hit. There we go. Bios actually peeks on out from the A balcony to take out his FA just before he finishes Doc off. So there's the Thermite gone. I'm surprised that took so long, if I'm honest. These three players from eXcellence that were firing onto that position were all very exposed.
There's not a whole lot going on with eXcellence's take. They're just going right in.
In goes Laxing. They know the Doc's still in the corner, and it's a free kill as Bios was also firing through from inside. Anthrax tucked on in is the man with the kill credit. Bios takes out Dashboard elsewhere as the Twitch tried to push aggressively forwards onto that A site. And now Skies is the last man standing. He's been a null factor up until this point. Maybe he was watching for that leg flank, but it never came. And now he's 1v4 with 30 seconds on the clock and no diffuser. Yeah, that's 2-0 for Vitality.
Yeah, this take was a little bit confusing. They just kind of repelled on windows, and I mean, they got one spawn kill, right? But then after that, what were they doing? They were dangling on the windows on both the west and south and just getting themselves killed by flanks. They weren't applying any real pressure. They just kind of repelled in there in the end, and you know, they didn't clear out any of the defenders at all before doing that. There's no nades from underneath. There's no opening up above the closet to, you know, throw nades from above. It's just, well, let's go in. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Let's see. Is it a lack of consular knowledge, or is it something deeper here for us?
I think it's really just a lack of consular knowledge.
I think so too.
It is also Vitality. This is their map.
Yeah.
So this isn't necessarily like, it's entirely possible that eXcellence could bring this back, and you know, we could see a comeback for all we know. But it's entirely possible that Vitality will have the edge up throughout this match because they love this map.
eXcellence then moving to the basement. Instead of staying up top, they couldn't hold on to that too well. They're looking for a change of pace, and downstairs they go. So they're bringing a pulse to the table for this defense this time over. They still have that Doc and the Rook as a double 3 armor, and Valkyrie Jaeger as that combination.
It's good that instead of trying to defend upstairs again, they decided to mix it up. They're like, okay, well, we didn't win this, and it was pretty decisive. So, hey, let's go down the basement. And we're more comfortable down there now. And it's, to be honest with you, most of the bomb sites on Consulate, even the lobby, are viable in their own right.
Yep. With the right strategy in mind, you can hold that lobby very well.
Yep.
So we'll see if they pick the right one for this. As the attackers, Vitality bringing the same operators they did last time over, though all work very, very well for attacking the garage as well as the top floor, so they're not going to be too phased by that change.
This is nice. Playing a pulse underneath Visa Office is going to allow him to maybe get a C4 kill if somebody tries to push in.
He does just catch Chris Q outside. That's him droning on in. He's going to sit there. He's keep watching the doorway. Sees that he's out on the steps. I'd like to see him pre-place the C4. Now,
Yeah,
to be
me
fair.
too.
Like, you know he's
There's
that
a little
close.
bit of delay. He can run right past you.
There's a delay. He can run right past you. You might kill yourself.
and
There he goes. He's in, and you're just going to let him go. Okay.
Well, you know what? He's got the entire Visa to work with, so he can just wait till he stops moving.
There we go.
And here it is. And he's dead. Wait, no. What? Okay, so there's a thing. It's called overthinking it.
Yeah, this is just overthinking. And now he's
lost
even though he's still in Visa.
He's right next to him.
He just can't quite scan far enough.
Poor
back around. There we go. Now he spotted him. Come on.
Do it.
Do this one.
There he's thrown it. Come on.
There we go. All right. Took him a while, but he got the job done. Criscu goes down. Sledge is out of the picture. Let's see where the rest of Vitality are. BIOS here in the main lobby. They are starting to blow trapdoors. They are starting to go for that vertical play down into the kitchen to focus. Sorry, down into the... wait, their thermocharge, what was it? Was it the garage door? Yeah, Anthrax is around by the garage door. It just sounded weird because it sounded really close to BIOS.
I wonder if they are going to get one of the... No, they got both of the garage doors.
They go both the garage
both
door.
there.
Okay. But they have... You saw the holes above the kitchen. You saw the holes above that drop. They did make a lot of damage up there to the white van and to the backside of garage.
And that's what Consulate is. It's vertical. It's entirely vertical. Every single site in lobby, you're getting pincered from both above and below. In basement, you're getting pincered from taken down from above, and upstairs from below. It's you can't avoid the vertical game on this map anywhere.
I love that peek from Pulse. It took ages for Furious to even realize where the shots were coming from.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, all he did was lose a shield. No health damage at all, and now that peek's kind of out of the play here for eXcellence. But it slows him down a little bit more. It gives him a little bit to play with. Very aggressive push forward from Zephyr with the shotgun, and he still manages to get away with it. And he downs the second one and finishes him with his Desert Eagle before Lion takes him out on the stairs. Big play from the new man. Sprints through what was effectively Blackbeard's crosshairs, but was covered by Blackbeard's own teammates pushing aggressively. Nice push on the reload here. Laxing comes and punishes Lion on that staircase. Keeps going further up too, just to help secure the control of it as they had brought Pulse down from above. Laxing will peek on outside just to confirm if Furious is out there. He does confirm just that as Dashboard shoots at him as he peeks the corner again. There goes the second shield, thanks to that one upstairs being broken. Nothing left anymore. They will come around the corner, pre-fire him down, and eXcellence are finally on the board. That felt more like the team were
I was about to say exactly that. That's the eXcellence that we know. It's the eXcellence that we recognize. They forced out engagements. They wanted to win that round, and they just decided, you know what? We're gonna go shoot. We're gonna shoot these guys. We're just gonna go. We're gonna win all of these fights, and that's exactly what they did.
Yep, their aim was definitely on point in that one. Their coordination between the Pulse peeking up top with the shield, Laxing the peeking up outside. He's reloading on the stairs. Laxing pushes up to secure that kill on the lap. Zephyr, I mean, getting those double kills with the shotgun is a big deal, but everything that happened after that point too, that was a more crisp, cohesive eXcellence.
And it's good that Zephyr got that double kill. I mean, it puts there's a lot of pressure on him as the sub to perform here, and he certainly proved just now that he can.
Yeah. But Vitality still have that extra round in the bag, and now they're down in towards the basement.
Yeah.
They know about the vertical play in this game. They are prepared for it. They made loads of holes in it, so they know that it's, or probably are expecting it to be coming. What do they have up their sleeve to fight back against it? Or do they just hide from it? Do they have good spots to keep hidden?
I mean, I'm not really sure. There are certain spots down there that you can avoid being shot. Like if you play really far back in pipes, you can't get shot from above. But it really just comes down to the amount of determination that the attackers are going to be putting into opening up the fight.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Laxing and team setting up their reinforcements.
Moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Okay.
And then the push begins on forward. So Vitality team setting up their reinforcements. They've gone for the no Rook and no Dock setup here too. So they have no heavy armor operators. They're going for very speedy, very aggressive SMG users. And this is partly why. Look at Anthrax sitting up above these windows on the middle floor now. You talk about how vertical this map is. They're taking it one step further. So, all right, you want to play a vertical attack game? Like we know you do because this is the map. We're going to defend by going above you again and take it even more vertical.
Yeah, and this is denying access to Piano is gonna pretty much allow them to hold the site a lot more. It's gonna if you can't have a buck above, say, back of white, then even if you open up the garage, it's not gonna matter because you're gonna be able to hold it as a defender. You don't have to apply that pressure. Oh, that's a nice camera.
Oh, does get spotted though, just as he flicks to it. We'll give the information that England's in the room though, so now we're going to be looking down through this hole above. Oh, he misses the shots though, it gives the position away. England immediately switches up to it with his shotgun and scares Anthrax off a step further. But Now they know there's a man upstairs. How do they deal with it? Do they waste time joining him? Do they go hunt him straight away aggressively? Do they try and ignore him and let him punish him later? They weren't ready for him to flank down that staircase. Skies was there to try and catch him, but he wins that firefight. Anthrax makes his way down. The MPX was great.
And that's Ash off the board. Pretty significant for a team like eXcellence. It's harder to win, or they're focusing on winning those engagements, and that's going to put them behind.
Yeah, so let's see now what they can do, lacking their Ash. She was their flank protection. She was the one watching from behind. She was the one being that little thorn in the side and the later pushes for eXcellence. Now that she can't do that, who's going to fill that role? The rest of them are outside the garage, and it's only one thermite breach used here, so it's not the biggest hole, not like we saw from Vitality. Now, it didn't work for Vitality, but it would make it a hell of a lot easier for the push on in. We did just see Thermite run up to the garage, and he's now going to brush the other side, but on his way out, he gets shot in the back of the head by Furious G with that FMG-9. Now there's a nice big hole for Laxing to look into and fire through, but no one is showing themselves to him. They know they don't need to. See, Furious G is up on those pipes again, but there's no real hole up above him to be an issue. He peeks the stairs and sillily loses his life. He didn't need to do that, didn't need to have control. His team downstairs watching it from kitchen.
Like you said, unnecessary aggression, it's going to cost you.
And at the same time, England picked up a kill through the hole here in the piano room he made. He's now fighting one more onto the bandit who's trying to flank around. There we go. England takes out the bandit. England actually through the floor takes down Crisco. The bandit's been downed elsewhere, I believe by Laxing, who pushed in through garage. And now Anthrax is the last man standing. He's the one that tried to flank around. Yeah, there's Bios down by the white car. Laxing must have done that on his way in. He's now directly over the top of Laxing, but Dashboard was directly behind the Valkyrie and gets a sweet knife kill. It's brutal. Her body just falls straight onto Blackbeard's head after over the edge.
Poor guy.
Very nice then.
That was
eXcellence's attack. I mean, they lost the first player, but they clearly got the information they wanted from it, and England, with that vertical play, decimated the defense Vitality had underneath.
You know, we've been talking about how this is Vitality's map, and how, given that this is their map, obviously you expect them to be superior in the vertical game, but we just saw there, they tried to hold Piano from above, it didn't work out for them. They also, they lost a lot of players to their buck in Piano when they failed to hold it. So maybe, just maybe, eXcellence has put a lot of thought into their vertical game as well on this map.
Yeah, it was also since that once Anthrax was pushed out of being on that top floor, he came down Visa, yes, and he killed one person, but then he was gone from the round. Then he didn't come and push into Piano. He didn't try and challenge their buck. He didn't put any pressure onto them. He just vanished. And Buck was, all right, fine, I can ignore you and I can just sit here and kill everyone through the floor, which he did. Then Valkyrie tries to come back in when it's 1v3 at the end. No, your timing for coming back there was seriously lacking and ended up losing the round. So yeah, okay, playing top down is a nice idea, but when you didn't get anything from it, you had to make an impact some other way, and she never did. She might as well have been dead as well.
It probably would have been better, to be completely honest with you, if she tried to stay up there, just apply some pressure instead of coming down for the flank. And you know, you can deny, for example, let's say a buck opens up a hole above you as a defender in the site, right? You can mark that for your teammate who is the floor above him and have that teammate spray down onto that hole from above, thus denying him access to the hole that he's just opened. So something like that. You know, that's going to waste the attacker's time. It's going to force them to pay attention to you instead of just, you know, going for a trade.
You see where that drone landed?
No, it didn't.
That twist drone landed perfectly on the windowsill of that window he shot open.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of times we've seen everyone like throw it a bit too far, throw it not far enough, bounce it off a roof and have it go AWOL. Like, it landed perfectly on the balcony or on the windowsill, sat steady, and he just drove it into the room. That was beautiful.
And now we're seeing eXcellence defending upstairs again. And last time, first round I think it was, they got absolutely pummeled from an admin take. And it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see again. Will they be able to counter it this time?
I mean, interested to see Crisco here sitting there like shooting this hole open. He's got a giant hammer. There we go. Now that he's made a hole, he feels safe enough to actually use the hammer, but still.
I would have just hammered it.
Okay. Better safe than sorry when this match is on the line, eh?
Yeah.
So, Zefe is inside the A-bomb side this time around, tucked behind the bomb. Furious G did do a lot of work from shooting in here last time over, but mainly it was Dashboard on the connector window that actually got the down onto the Rook that was hiding behind his desk. So as long as he stays stood up, Zefe could be okay. Meanwhile, though, Lion has picked off the kill onto Laxing Downs. No, it was up here in the main middle area.
Bomb diffuser has been dropped.
He was in the, he came up the spiral stairs and shot him in the reception desk, then went back down, is now going up yellow because Capitao is taking control of that end with Criscu's sledge. So they don't need another man over by that end. Meanwhile, Zefe is still tucked in behind the box. Skies takes out Criscu, so that's the sledge from admin gone. Furious D is trying to shift that person behind the bomb, but cannot make it happen. Lion is taking out Dashboard now, coming up from behind again. Tries to check in the wrong angle, and will be finished off by England at the connector. England on his way back in, though, exposes himself to Blackbeard, who takes that kill for free and easy. And then Vitality have to take down Zefe. Bios gets it as he tries to push out. He takes his opportunities. Blackbeard's not looking. I'm going to push the Visa stairs, but doesn't do enough damage. You see Capitale's health flashing red, but flashing red is not dead. Valkyrie has none. Goes back up against the wall, uses reinforcement that eXcellence put in place against them. Means that Skies cannot wallbang around him. He's cautious of that spot. That's where they sat someone last time. That's where Laxing was killed as the last man. Kills the Claymore and then heads towards the connector. Dances across the gap. Does he? No, he didn't see Bios. He didn't see him off the corner of the scene. Now he realizes where he is. Flicks the shot across, but it's not enough, and Skies will fall. I don't know how he missed that gun. And he must be so focused on the doorway.
It honestly, I'm not entirely sure. It could have been on his screen. It got caught in the optics or something like that. He might have a different configuration than what we're using right now.
We're on Xbox. It's not possible.
Oh, then you're right. I'm surprised he didn't see that gun. It must have been, like you said, probably distracted from the Blackbeard. And on the note of the Blackbeard, that was, again, the same round as the first one. He influenced that round entirely. He put too much pressure on Hefe. He had to rotate out. He got caught by one of his, the attackers, one of Blackbeard's teammates. And then, also, when he was holding the site, he denied all rotation into. Coupled with that Claymore in the back, Jaeger had no choice. He could have clutched that. It was entirely possible that he could have clutched that, but he just didn't have any options. He was forced into making the worst possible decision, which is challenging a Blackbeard on an angle that you're never going to win.
Yeah, so impossible task, and either way it puts Vitality up 3 rounds to 2 again. And now they're back into defense of the top floor side themselves. Now last time we saw eXcellence attack this, they were kind of floundering. It was
weird.
Yeah.
They kind of just, well, they got spawn peaked. They managed to trade it back, but then they just held up on the windows and died.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're running the same operators again. See if they can be a bit more impactful with them this time around.
And another cap can.
I'm still yet to see where they're really using the Twitch, to be fair. Now, she might be killing every single camera at the start of the round. We can't quite tell. She can do that. It's incredibly strong.
It's entirely possible that he's just, as a player, he just really wants to play Twitch.
That was my follow-up, is that it may legitimately just be for how great her weapon is. She's got a great gun. But again, we haven't seen him use that either, right? We need to see Dashboard get some kills for that to make it worth, you know?
I know, for example, K9 from Most Wanted, he's a sort of player like, okay, if we need to win this round, let me play Twitch. I'm playing Twitch right now.
Her gun is great, and if you can put it, her great gun in the hands of one of your fragger players, if all their job is to get kills, doesn't matter what else the operator brings, give them the gun that they can get kills with, job's done. So if that's what it is, that is fine. But we're yet to see him actually fulfill that role no matter what operator, so want to see him make his marks for now, as they now start to pressure in towards that side.
And see, now we're actually seeing proper pressure, though. This isn't just, oh, hey, let's repel. There's a plan in place here. They're gonna try and get rid of the guy sitting in the closet. They threw that smoke to make sure there were no Jaeger devices, and now hopefully they're gonna follow up with some nades on whoever's sitting there.
Yeah, they've already killed the Capcan too. Is the man that leapt out onto the A balcony last time and took out that thermite that was repelled on connector and was putting pressure onto this Doc. Doc now pinned into the corner again, thanks to the fact that Laxing's up here on this window. Capital balls, I believe, were going in trying to punish onto Anthrax, which have landed in the right spot, and he would be exposed to Blackbeard if he was just repelled in the right spot. Blackbeard went too far down. He was watching his own garage door. He was scared of that.
Looks like England's used his nades already. I didn't see them.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he didn't get the guy, though.
Yeah, the trapdoor's been killed and everything, so he must have thrown them in and just not quite killed him. He's low, and he's had to heal. He's dropped now as well. Didn't drop. Oh, Laxing! Lucky little headshot. Takes Anthrax out. Back to being cautious of the door. There's a drone down and around there now, though, so he doesn't have to pay quite as much attention to it as before. But Criscu push aggressively onto England. Does pick up that kill with his shotgun. Furious G now in the toilet. Is aware of people just outside of it. And Criscu gets a second one. That's Dashboard down again. So all the advantages that eXcellence had built up have gone.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was Yellow Stairs. It was this Pulse aggressively pushing into the Yellow Stairs and taking out the 2 people that were here.
Makes sense.
Carries down, finds a drone and heads on under. Finds a Twitch drone, takes that out. Blackbeard was outside, but remember, that window's open. There was a Claymore underneath it last round. I don't see one there this round,
And
though.
Crisco's going to be able to hold the site from underneath.
Yeah, he can just sit there and shotgun them through the
They're
floor.
not going to be able to plant.
Aggressive with that one. Zephyr, you can't plant in this box anyway. You need to kill that pulse.
You have to drop, dude. No choice here. He doesn't know.
Yeah. Furious G's out in the corridor just to his left behind the bomb.
They're wasting too much time now.
Tries to stand up on the desk. Oh, and he gets the kill. Furious G goes down, means he can now plant behind the bomb. Blackbeard on the window. Now he can plant.
Oh my
Pulse
God.
can't shoot him through this desk. He's going to try it.
He got him!
Oh, he got him. He had enough rounds. He had enough time. He just finished it through. 2 seconds. Laxi now has to try the same thing.
Oh, wow.
Is he in better cover? He is. He's not taking anywhere near as much damage. The pistol shots aren't going to go through.
You're hitting the
better
metal.
spot. Hitting the metal box that's underneath that desk. Laxing gets the plant down. Where's he going to go from here? Crisco has to come up. He has no shotgun ammo left. 0. Not just no reload, 0 shotgun ammo. It's all pistol against Blackbeard. The Blackbeard did go back outside now. He's on the windows. He's watching for the drop out of piano. He's flashbanging up and over. He hears the pistol shots rattling over his head. He's got the flashbangs throwing in. Crisco's going to have a hard time seeing anything inside there. And a good shot from Laxing seals the round. And it was a well-salvaged round for eXcellence, which started off really well.
Yeah, they had
fumbled
the
a little bit in
beginning
the
of
middle, but saved at the end there by some good, quick thinking by Laxing himself and by the Thermite beforehand, and some great shooting as well when they were 2v3.
Yeah. You know, they did have a plan. As we said earlier, they had a plan in the beginning of the round. They were actually executing an idea. It wasn't just, hey, let's go on the windows. It was, hey, let's kill the guy in the closet. And it didn't actually work out, but a quick shot from Laxing let them push in anyway. So, and again, nice cover fire from Laxing as Thermite was trying to plant, and then the final kill onto that pulse, obviously. It was a really good job by Laxing to win that round. And again, another example of Blackbeard being an extreme influence in the deciders here for the upstairs take.
Yeah. Smartly played, well done. And now it keeps them at 3 rounds to 3. I don't think Vitality expected this map to go so close, to be fair. As you mentioned, it's their map. They are the team to play this.
eXcellence is putting up one hell of a fight.
And yeah, eXcellence are putting up one hell of a fight. And we still got 2 more to go. So now they're back down into their basement. They're reinforcing all the trapdoors once again. England in the lobby doing the small little
360 no scope.
Yeah. And then we'll get the one done in downstairs. Last time eXcellence held this site, arguably thanks to the aggressive play from Valkyrie, from Zephyr, pushing towards the door and getting that double kill with the shotgun. Yes, the way they reacted after it was very well organized, but without those 2 kills, they'd have been just traded back and forth and the victory would have gone to Vitality. So how do you make that play this time around? Because the same one's not going to work. Vitality aren't going to let you do the same exact thing twice, but you still need to make that advantage somehow.
I'm not sure. And it looks like Vitality is just going to be able to walk right into piano, no resistance.
Yeah, and they make that hole right above England's head, and just about he ducks away to safety. And is still trying to figure out how do I quite get this angle through onto him. Well, I'm going to make a new hole directly above his head. He hears this one though and starts to sprint away, so he will be safe from it. But it's pushed him way out of his position now, and that kitchen is a little bit more exposed, and I think eXcellence may like.
Interesting grenade there.
I think it might have been a misclick.
Maybe a fat finger.
Maybe.
An Ash with breaching charges, by the way, can open up the majority of this site, and it's extremely useful.
That's an extended barrel Ash too.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's
He
interesting.
does get the kill onto England with it.
Bomb located by attackers.
I mean, to each their own.
Yeah, to each their own. Looks like a paintball gun, but he made it work. He gets the kill onto the Rook, fires down through the holes he made earlier. Rook tried to edge his way back in, tried to creep back into the positions he was at before, but she was still watching it. Lion takes her out. Zephyr still by those white van though. Bios is creeping up towards piano. He's on the staircase. He's looking to try and make his way in. The shotgun's now trying to fight up through these holes in the floor and try and return the favor onto Ash. She's low, but she's alive. And as Bios edges down and starts to use his asphyxiating bolts on people, the spots that they can sit down in this basement, spots that eXcellence have to play with, are getting smaller and smaller. As another arrow heads towards the kitchen door. Not the best placement in the world. And Laxing will punish Crisco, taking him out before... Oh, they actually trade straight back, 1-for-1. Laxing and Crisco with each other. As Hefe pushes forward to try and stop the plant, but this, as you said, not going to let him do the same play again. Vitality's ready for it.
Yeah.
Furious G takes him out this time. Again, a Blackbeard with no shield. I don't think it's a bug, it's intentional.
It has to be. some sort of spectator issue. There's no way he's just walking around with no shield. I think he has the reduced speed, so.
True. Lion firing down through another hole towards Pipes. Dashboard misses his shots, but Lion will miss his own. Bios on the stairs doesn't miss quite so many. Does miss just enough for Dashboard to go down and revive himself with a quick switch to the pistol. Means he's down. The trade though and the time it takes gives Skies a double kill onto the stairwell, but he's still got to find 2 more outside the garage door, and one of them is that Blackbeard. The other one is Thermite. He's got plenty of ammo left. There's the Blackbeard shots coming in. He does drop prone. Anthrax ultimately gets the kill. It was a nice attempt from Skies, but just too many people left alive.
Yep, and that was a nice attack from Vitality. Pretty cut and dry. Let's open up the garage. Let's take above. Let's open up, make it so they can't play in the positions they need to be able to play to counter our garage take, and just get the bomb plant. And it worked out perfectly for them. And like you said, Hefe was not given the opportunity to rush out and get a double kill.
Yeah. He tried it. He tried exactly the same play, but they were ready for it. You can't do that at this level of play.
And now we're seeing them defend console office again. The rounds that they have won, or the rounds that eXcellence have won on this attack, have been very close.
Sure.
So this is looking like maybe Vitality is going to be walking away with the first map.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
We shall
the bomb.
find out. It came down to the wire, but it was figured out eventually by eXcellence last round. They did do it, but as you mentioned, it also came down to that 2v3 with some beautiful shooting, which again is a situation you cannot rely on and say, oh, okay, we'll play exactly what we did before. It requires you two to clutch 2v3. Are you okay with it? Yeah, sure, you do that. That's good. Like, that's not how you plan. You can't just go with that. So they've got to change something. Do they change the right thing?
Yeah.
So Capcan as well last time was killed off very early on. Bios was again doing his just aggressive random spray through windows. He was picked off early on in the round, being downstairs and rotating around. He's going to play safer this time. He's not going to die so early.
5 seconds remaining.
So eXcellence, bring the same operators, bring the same 5.
Attackers are moving out to locate.
I'd really like to see eXcellence try and attempt one of the Vitality takes, put Blackbeard on the balcony there, and start pushing in from admin office instead of doing what they have been doing, which is rappelling on the windows. It leaves you a lot more exposed. I mean, you think, okay, yeah, Blackbeard on the balcony, that's exposed, right? Well, not nearly as much so as a Blackbeard rappelling on the B windows. So I'm not sure. I feel like they could go for a little bit more of a conservative strat, a little bit more of a let's protect our rears strat than what they have been doing, which has been getting them picked off.
So Blackbeard's currently looking in towards Piano. He sees those windows already open. He's covering it for anyone that's late rotating or heading back up the stairs, or even just trying to spawn peek. Lion was close but wasn't there at that moment and is now back up to the top floor. As the Claymore is placed towards this door, that will allow Blackbeard to go up under that B window again without fear. It's something he was very scared of last round. Every time his team looked away, and it's part of the reason he couldn't kill the Doc when they first fired him out of that corner, is he was too busy scared looking in that doorway. Now he's lost Skies because Criscu has picked him off with his shotgun. That Pulse in admin office has taken down Ash again very early on. She's died first and early almost every round here for eXcellence without really making an impact. And they're only just now starting to put pressure on the B site and onto Anthrax, who they know is in this cupboard. They've known he's going to be there the entire time because he's been there every round. But it's taken 1 minute and 20 seconds for them to actually do anything about it and try and shake it.
Barely any damage.
Yep, he moved across the other side. Lion does take down Zephe, but Laxing will take down Lion in return. To trade out, Thermite goes for the kill though. Blackbeard takes that one onto Jaeger. They still know that Doc is in that cupboard. They're still trying to take him down, but with Blackbeard off these windows, he's not as scared to move around. He can go where he likes now that he knows Blackbeard's down and out in the car park below.
Yeah, not a whole lot of pressure, and that's what Blackbeard's good at, applying pressure that you can't resist.
You've put Claymores at the 2 windows that people can like aggressively jump out, but then you don't actually play a man on the B window, which is the whole point of those Claymores.
That was a nice shot from England.
That was a very nice shot from England. Criscu missing a lot of shotgun shells there, but yeah.
You're making a right point. It's true. What's the point of holding the flank if you already have the flank held? And especially, never with your Blackbeard. It doesn't make any sense.
That's awkward too.
Yeah.
Blackbeard off the window means Furious SG has time to step up, see for it, throw it against the window that's being bashed open by Twitch, and then lose the diffuser because it fell down out of his hands there. You called it right at the start of the round as soon as you saw the bomb site selection. Vitality, this is the map done in the bag.
Yep.
They now have 20 seconds to hold it against 1 and a bit operators because Capitao is lacking all of his health. And they will be on to map number 2. We need something big here. Laxing has the diffuser again. He's got to come inside. Anthrax is waiting. Furious G is taking down England. Every shot's rattling through. Laxing does actually get one onto Anthrax, but then he's taken out by Furious G. And map 1 goes to Vitality.
And of course, that is their map. And now we're going to be going into, I think it's going to be Clubhouse. Yeah, it's going to be Clubhouse.
By far, eXcellence's weapon of choice.
Really? Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. I could see it. I could see that making sense. But I want to know if Vitality have. Well, obviously, if it is their true, like that's their map. Did they put in the time to counter strat? Because I know a team like Vitality, they actually do a lot of research on other teams. So is that going to be, you know, are they going to be able to have a counter strat for eXcellence going in, or are we going to make our way all the way to Bank?
Well, here's the thing with eXcellence. I mean, they say it themselves, and they're very proud of it. Their unpredictability, their lack of strats sometimes is what helps them win in these situations.
And that's funny if their main map is Clubhouse and they rely on unpredictability.
Yep, because it's very tough to be unpredictable in that map.
There's the C4.
The C4 does not a C4. So it's okay.
It worked out.
Taking a map like Clubhouse, you're taking a very strategy-heavy map, and you don't want to play it with strategies. All Vitality needs to do is come in with 1 or 2 strategies of their own. We saw earlier, as soon as you win a defense on bar or you win an attack on the basement, you mix up that old story. You mix up that same old. That's the map locked in the bag. And the Vitality already having one under their belt. I don't know. I mean, eXcellence needs something a bit more than just unpredictable for Clubhouse.
Yeah, I concur. If Vitality can bring just a solid defense on the basement and at least one solid, like just any attack, like a pool table attack or a stock attack, whichever, what have you, if they can do it organized and together, they'll win Clubhouse. And this is going to be a 2-0, an upset 2-0 at that. But no surprise, on Consulate, Vitality took it.
Yeah. It took them a little more than I think they and myself expected. I didn't think it would go 5-3. I didn't think it would be as close.
Well, at least
just because of how much time we know they put into it, how much time we saw. I feel like Vitality and Supremacy, large parts of their scrim time just went into playing Chalet and went into playing Consulate. Those are the 2 maps that each of them just said they want to get the best at, and we've seen Vitality want to be the best at. So yeah, to put that much scrim time into those 2 maps, they will have done others too, but to take that map still so close with eXcellence, after all the scrim time, which you've clearly had, it's going to be a little bit wary, but it's in the bag, it's done. You look towards the next map.
eXcellence won the rounds that they won by being exactly what they are, unpredictable and extremely aggro. That's how they ended up winning. That 2K from Hefe was a beautiful thing. He just kind of walked out there and he's like, you know what, die. And it worked.
So yeah, but then it quickly didn't work as
because you got to be
against it.
You know, they tout their unpredictability, but that is the hallmark of predictability. Is like, oh hey, we're gonna do this. It worked. Let's do that again.
Yeah, you gotta be unpredictable every round, not unpredictable until it works, and then do that again. That stops being unpredictable at that point. So we shall see whether or not they have things in the bag for Clubhouse again.
And now we're going straight into Clubhouse. Again, this is eXcellence's map, and they are hopefully going to be able to win this. It's their tool of choice, as said earlier by Panky. It's one of the maps they're very familiar with, whereas Vitality, in the contrast, we're very familiar with Consulate. And a pretty standard loadout coming from eXcellence on attack here. They have a Buck. They have interestingly, a Twitch. I'm not so sure that that's the right decision. Maybe
he was trying it last map, and he never really.
He didn't do much with it.
He got a knife kill with it. That was nice and fun. But like that's it. Like the Twitch drone never really made a huge impact. The gun he never really used that well.
You could do a sledge for the grenades.
Grenades would be really nice. Also got a great weapon on this bomb site.
A 6-grenade loadout on this bomb site is actually really good because you can open up places like from kitchen or even the hallway. You can throw grenades into church. You can throw grenades into armory in every corner. You know, there's a lot of options for you with that. And I don't see Twitch being useful at all. She's got a really good gun. She's got a claymore, but that's not necessary really on this take. We'll find out if it works out for them though. You know, obviously I'm sure they've got a plan for it.
If this is their map, this is their this is the one where we think, okay, if you like Twitch for a gun, you like her for a firepower, show us why. Show us how you use it.
Yeah,
here
make
and
it work.
why
Get a
she can do it better
3K,
than
do
you.
something fantastic.
But from what we saw last map, not convinced. You'll have to do something new.
Right.
So here they come as the round begins. Valkyrie, with a shotgun still, is upstairs in garage now.
That was close. He actually
was
almost
close.
got a headshot.
Spraying through that door with a couple of shots, making sure there's no one there with that spawn peak. And then heads on over. As it is, Valkyrie has now dropped back down in through the trapdoor and heads through the tunnel.
That's the sort of thing you're going to look back on the VOD and be like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, right there.
This guy opens up that corridor from kitchen.
There's still a Jaeger behind the bar.
Yeah, he's still running on
Very
upstairs. He's being
dangerous.
thrown though. Here we go. He did leap over. Dashboard sees him in there, forces him out from behind it, and Laxing will then be the man to peek over the top of pool table and actually seal the deal. So that was really well handled, taking Lion out of the picture. Not a single point of damage on any of the eXcellence players. Very smartly done. Take out that roaming Jaeger, and that's one of the reasons why we don't see
roam
roamers on this
basement.
map.
Yeah, you just don't do it because you get cut off and you're dead. It's over. It's the attackers are always looking down. The defenders are always looking up on this one.
So
even the Pulse retreated out of the hallway. Like that's about as roam as it gets. And he was looking for a C4. He's not doing it anymore.
yeah, he's now just sitting there and tracking the movement of everyone around him and before him.
I say that, but when I was playing in Season 2, I actually remember Canadian on my team, he sat behind the bar with the Valkyrie shotgun, got a 3K.
Oh yeah, it's possible
It
when teams
works.
get negligent.
Yeah. Sometimes, but
Yeah.
not here, not at the finals.
Not when a team's already one round down.
Exactly.
No one gets negligent when they're a map down.
No
fighting
way.
for finals.
Yeah.
Everyone does everything by the book and make sure they get it done properly because no one wants to be that guy. It's like, you said it was clear. Yeah, sorry, I
Oopsie.
got lazy. You know, no one wants to be that man. Everyone does it properly and Lion pays the price. But in a small upside for Vitality, the rest of the eXcellence push has become very, very slow. And
All
oh
five
Lord,
of them.
C4 heaven.
Look at all of them
above
right
that.
there,
That's
huddled together.
You seen Finding Nemo? Pigeons? Seagulls?
Yeah, yeah. Mine. This is my angle. It's mine
There's
angle.
like 3 people up there with
I want
grenades
this
and
angle.
flashbangs. He's like, mine.
And now they're just trying to force their way into Moto all together. Mine. It's my angle.
Yeah, everyone trying to come through this doorway. They also droned in and know there's
And
a
there's
shotgun
the-
waiting right on the inside of it for them.
There's the
Dashwood
FAMAS,
does
though.
get a kill though onto Anthrax before Criscu then takes down Zephyr. Now Dashwood tries to go in and will be taken out again by a man in blue. Skies trades Bios out of the picture, but Furious G's back across in here. More from England now. There's a man downed over the backside by the bar. Furious G is playing very close but static inside blue. He knows they've got to go for the plant and he has to kill 3 players. 10 seconds on the clock. He looks to peek around the corner. He hears him on the side of the thermite wall. He does not quite win that fight, aiming a bit too low to beat off Laxing. And it's a good quick shot from Laxing into the head of that Rook to seal the round.
I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna say it, and because it needs to be said, that we've seen already today. Everybody's played. Most of the teams have played Clubhouse today, right? We've seen already. Everybody has done at some point just a straight Moto push. Let's all go through Moto, and it has never worked. Like not on PC. With these guys, they threw the flashbangs. They forced it out. They played the angles perfectly, and it worked out for them. And it showed the reasons why. Showed again, it's they actually used their disruption that they had at abundance, and
the reason it failed in PC is there was a shotgun sitting there, right? It was a smoker as a Valkyrie. The Criscu was there, they droned him, they saw he was there, but as you said, they used their disruption, they used their nades, they used their smokes, they used
their
their
flashbangs.
And Criscu, okay, he was there,
but he was blind.
Couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, and they killed him off. So yeah, that's how you do a Moto push if you're gonna do it.
And I'm honestly really thoroughly impressed with that. Especially considering how many teams have failed to get it right.
Yeah.
All day today.
And every time they went through, they made sure they traded each kill back. They each had that spot. It's like, you go through and look at this one, you go through and look at this one, you go through. And there was no one shooting the back of each other's head. There's no one panicking. It's like, I'm getting shot from this side. So no, I've got to kill this guy. Dashboard did the same thing.
And that's the excellence, coordination, and teamwork that they know what each other are thinking and they communicate about it.
So, Laxing bringing a Frost to the table, dropping a trap or 2 down at the backside by Baloo, making sure anyone that sneaks in and rushes in through Armory has a surprise waiting for them. But here comes the Vitality attack. Very different looking set of operators for them.
And we were caught up by the fact, yeah, it is very different set of operators. Frost is on eXcellence, and then over on Vitality, there's no Twitch.
No Twitch, there's no Capital.
No
there's
Capital. That's a lot of there's a lot of utility that's not there anymore. There's no fire bolts. There's no smoke bolts. There's no, well, I guess Twitch drone. That's not there anymore. But mostly what I'm interested in is, like, we were talking about eXcellence. Their take, it was good. But that was on basement. They won basement, and now we're looking at an eXcellence defense. Like, will they be able to put themselves in the lead this early in the very first round? Like, is it just going to be a complete steamroll like what we saw with Vitality on Consulate? I'm not sure.
We talked about it. The first team to break that mold.
And they broke the mold first round.
Yeah, they break the mold first round. So if they can now stick tried and true with everything we expect to see, defense win, attack win, defense win, attack win, through bar and basement.
No.
That's eXcellence onto map number 3. But Vitality playing with confidence here. Like, Furious G droned out blue and just dropped straight on in here and is happy about it, pushing down the end now.
It's dangerous that Blackbeard was allowed to get this far down.
But Dashboard not able. Oh, he gets skies with the last bullet through that wall. The drone was there, the BIOS called it out, the drone gave him the call to spray it and forced Jaeger to move and moved him straight into Furious's spray.
Feels bad.
Dashboard still at the back of the room, strafes out a little bit too far and is on 1 point of health now. Furious, again, he's not going to know he's low. He knows how much damage, he knows how many times he hits him.
You know what else I've been talking about all day on the Clubhouse PC takes is they never apply enough pressure to blue. This is the right kind of pressure to be applying to blue. This is how it's supposed to work.
Dashboard just edged right back into construction tunnel. It's a much safer spot from him. He can still watch blue. Zefe, though, is taking out Lion now. An aggressive push forward, but has taken a lot of damage himself for it. Not much health sitting here on this Valkyrie anymore. Criscu waiting to push in towards Church, but needs that pressure from blue a little bit more and needs someone else to come the main corridor perhaps, so he's not going too aggressively over the top yet. Also knows that Laxing is waiting inside there with a shotgun for him, so doesn't want to go too aggro forward. England in there as well, holding whatever that Valkyrie has in turn. Zefe tries to peek out from gold to take Criscu down and does take him low, but gets down himself. He didn't confirm the kill, but Anthrax will go in and do it for him. He's now in Church. Laxing picks out, takes down Criscu, but Anthrax will trade England back. Dashwood has been down inside construction tunnel, and Black people have called that out, so it's only Laxing left, and he is picked off by Furious G, who got all the way down blue tunnel, got in towards Armory, and with 3 players in Armory, one of them being a Blackbeard, you are not shifting Vitality from that position.
Okay, so we just saw the best moto take of the night from eXcellence first round, and then the best blue/moto take of the night from Vitality. It's really interesting to see how their takes are really unfolding here, and but eXcellence won the first round on attacking defense, and they set the tone in the complete opposite direction what he normally would be, and then it just got reset back by Vitality. It's crazy.
Yeah, so both of these teams straight back in with an attack win on down to the basement. Now as we get a chance to do it again for each of them, Vitality kicking us off, of course, heading downstairs and running the same 5 they did before. The attacking 5 are going to be the same as well for eXcellence. Well, it worked.
Yeah.
Might change it, but what Vitality are going to do
is they're just going to stack up more guns on that door.
And Lion's not going to go upstairs.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to work a second time from eXcellence, and that's probably a concern. I really hope we see...
someone in blue firing the door. You're going to have Criscu right up the door of the Virtual Radio, and then Lion probably behind the A-bomb in Church.
I think for the long game, the way Vitality's been playing it is going to work a lot more reliably. And I'm worried for eXcellence that maybe that we won't make it to the 3rd map if they can't figure something out on this particular attack. If they need to keep this momentum, they have to keep... Oh yeah, we're going to keep winning these attacks on basement.
BIOS is doing this again. He just stays up here late.
I wonder if he's going to actually get shot this time by Laxing, or if the spray was missing.
Yeah, Laxing's already passed that spot, so the pre-fire already came or isn't coming. I think he's waiting for that very quick push into the garage. In case
nobody does that. No. You drone it first.
Yeah, everyone drones it first.
We're talking about the finals here. This is like, you either go to Grand or you don't. There's a lot
at the same time, like, where's the risk for him, right? If they do drone it, all right, 2 steps to the right, drop down.
Will that random spray from Laxing through the wall maybe actually clipping him in the head?
True, that's true. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
There's not a whole lot of risk. You're right. It's not an entire, yeah.
But yeah, all right. He gets down now, he joins versus team. Lion is down there and is safe. They are starting to blow the traps.
Interesting that he delayed that opening of the trap a little bit there.
A little bit. Criscu darts away at the last second as well. go safe, and now Buck is starting to make all these holes in the floor. To begin the holes, that begins the pressure down towards Church and in towards the corridor.
This hole right here sees above the, I guess you can call it the church wall, and he's using this right now to see if there's anyone in dark spot or to deny anyone who's trying to bandit trick it. And I think they're trying to try and open it, but no, I think they also, did they get the blue drop?
They, I believe, did, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so he's just trying to get people out of that corner.
Yeah, but it's where they sat before. It's just a common spot to sit and drone. So yeah, why not peek it quickly? He does take a little bit of damage from Lion. He peek back up there.
This is a dangerous peek, by the way.
Yes, it's a very dangerous, especially as the fire was already coming from Buck. Like he was already shooting down.
It looked like Buck just maybe was getting off the angle at the right moment. So Crisco kind of got a little lucky that he didn't die.
England has dropped. The grenades have already taken out the barbed wire. Zefe is now droning in there for him.
He's taking this very slow.
He hasn't got his 4 teammates to back him up like he did last time yet. Fire goes in towards blue. More grenades coming over from Capitao. Peeks in and throws one. It does down Lion right in the back of the room. Flashbang comes around the corner now. Just delays any follow-up. No one pushing aggressively. Bios now tentatively over the other side by Gold. Not looking into pipes, not firing into pipes. They've revived the Jaeger now. The smoke's starting to wear off, and now time for England to flashbang in. No grenades, by the way, on Buck, as he now pushes on forward. Takes fire from the door. Chris, who comes around the corner, doesn't get the kill, but Lion will get one. England grabs one. Dashboard grabs one. They're trading aggressively in Excellence's favor again. 3 defenders left up. 2 defenders left up as Lion falls down. Sky's still on his feet. Yes, okay, Twitch is technically down, but she's still alive. There's a chance for a revive. Anthrax gets downed by Sky's in blue. They will aggressively push Bios in there, but again, he's now alone against 2, maybe even 3, and with a perfectly placed crossbow bolt and the only place he could have peeked from. Another round in the bag for Excellence with
How did that work
the
again?
Same push.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. Are you not expecting that vitality? It just happened to you. But, I mean, it's amazing. Honestly, that take, the way they're executing it is perfect. And I want to criticize. I want to
criticize Excellence. Like their flashbangs were poorly timed that time. Their smokes, they went down, they let them run out, then they pushed.
But it worked.
Crisco still couldn't get in the kills.
And I want to criticize the Buck because he doesn't have grenades, but he just used the flashbangs so well.
Yeah, it's like at least
I've never actually seen flashbangs like perfectly used, but that one makes a whole lot of sense. It completely makes it so Crisco, he can't play that position anymore. He can't sit next to the wine cooler because he's going to be blind no matter what you do. You just bounce it off that door frame, he is done. He can't play that position. So it's weird seeing a Buck without grenades, but it works for them. Yeah. So hey, whatever.
Yep, it's the strat they came in, it's the plan they came in wanting to do, and it is working.
By the way, can I just say, let's take a second here. This is the weirdest clubhouse match I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
This is 3 wins in a round on a basement defense. Like, that never happens. They're winning every basement attack. Every one. Are we going to see that trend continued, though, for Excellence now? Going to be able to defend against Team Vitality? I'm assuming they're probably going to try and do something about that Blackbeard pushing into blue. But we'll find out all in due time.
Back downstairs goes England then as the attackers spawn on in, start with their initial camera kills and then rotate back to cameras, drones rather. They start to check everything in and around and upstairs, the pull table window being shot open, the push coming through, but Excellence sitting downstairs.
Yep. And this time, I don't think they have no roamers, and hopefully they're gonna, I want to see their wall down into blue, see if they have anything set up to stop that Blackbeard from progressing down the hallway. Because it didn't seem like they were playing anyone there, or nor did they plan to last defense round.
Okay, punches the window open and then rethinks and repositions before pushing straight in. It's exactly this kind of play, and the drone that was...
Yeah, this is what the shotgun would have been good for. They didn't actually, it looks like he didn't bother to drone it.
Yeah, I didn't see anyone else in there actually. Now he's throwing his own down. So yeah, that's why it could work with Bias. But Excellence don't play like that.
Yeah.
They have opened up that bar drop and now blue drop again as well, so they'll have these standard ones opened up.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that Vitality is the one who had Jaeger picked off early and not Excellence. You'd expect the aggression from Excellence.
Yeah. But
no.
This round. So Furious G.
Oh,
they
now
do
they're
have a
playing
slightly
blue.
more aggressive Jaeger here in tunnel now. Yes, you see that. They're in through. Vitality dropping a drone in from up top, chasing Jaeger around inside here. Dashboard is again right down the far end with that Rook in Armory. He's going to be able to help out and push into here if Skies needs the helping hand. Comes around the corner. Actually misses the camera.
It. Does he know?
I think he knows. He's just careful because of Skies peeking him while he shot it. So he does take a couple extra seconds before then killing it. He's now still looking to push on forward. His rest of his team are firing in through the kitchen floor to take Zephyr. Not too low, but a little bit. As he now starts to push. Bios gets the kill onto Skies from above the trapdoor. He's helping that Blackbeard aggression. And that teamwork, that combination of the two, did get the kill and did help clear out that blue. Dashboard's still at the end of it. Also notice those shots that Bios that was put down there by Sledge inside Memorial. We were on a frost trap. Dashboard didn't realize Blackbeard was so free to move down this tunnel, completely ignored that fact and then gave up his life for it. Zephyr then nearly did the same and is now danced back towards the kitchen. England with a C4 takes Lion out, so it is a small saving grace for eXcellence, but the numbers advantage is still here for Vitality. And there's not a lot of health left on them either. The wall is opened up inside B. Chrisu comes pushing in, and there's no one here to really contest him. He's a bit confused by it, to be fair, but there are downs all over the place now. Anthrax in the front staircase. Bion has downed Zephyr. Chrisu inside Armory. Laxing wasn't ready for, and now it's 1v3 again. Shotgun in Valkyrie's hand. She doesn't have the range to really fight this. She does get the down and the kill onto Ash, switches to the Desert Eagle round to fire behind her. The plant's already going down behind one of those boxes. And yeah, that's a Blackbeard. That's a shield in front of his face, and that's what was going to happen.
Good round.
And another attack win?
Yep. This is
weird.
This is 4 wins in a row now on basement defense on Clubhouse. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Not even out
season 1 when people didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, no, I guess in season 1. Yeah, I suppose. But this is very weird. All their attacks, you can't be like, oh, it's their defenses. Their defenses are terrible, because it's just honestly the attacks have been so refined. Yep. They're just executing well. Yeah,
like the attack coming out there from Vitality was very well executed. They took out their blues, they helped their Blackbeard come down the blue tunnel. Once he was then at the end of blue tunnel, they switched it up and decided to focus on the front end and the stairwell, and the Ash went, okay, all right, Blackbeard's in here, I can come out of kitchen now and I can go down the stairs and then I'll go inside the site. Like, they had that method in their play.
And I'm gonna be honest, I am really worried right now for eXcellence, because same reason I was worried for them last round. Their strat consists of them all going through one door, and yes, their flashbangs are fantastic. I'm not disputing that.
But they can only work for so long.
They can only work for so long. Eventually, they're going to stack all 3 Jaegers there, and there's going to be nothing you can do to stop that. In fact, who knows? Maybe that's what they're doing right now. We'll find out in a bit, but they need to come up with something different. They need to do something excellency, you know, like here's the different thing that changes up the way the game's being played.
Bios breaking that trapdoor scares me. Why are you doing that? Why are you going up here now, Bios? You don't need to do anything different.
I think he's gonna... No, I have no idea. I lost it. Okay, so he's... Don't...
Now, that C4
is gonna distract them.
Kill somebody standing underneath it.
It could also get the thermite charge.
Could get the thermite. I didn't see exactly the placement. It might be directly above the trapdoor, in which case it could kill the thermite or kill the thermite charge, or anything else. After they've blown that trapdoor, someone's standing up there firing a capital bolt, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's C4. Now we'll wait and see if he can time it right. We'll see if they actually make it work. But if it does, that could be the slight change needed. He's still got to garage safely. He's still going to get downstairs safely. So that's where my real fear was, that he was going to start trying to play upstairs again.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to change your downstairs, yes, but you don't need to go that drastic. But that's C4. Could be big. Lion takes down Laxing, and takes down Dashboard, and then stands up to get taken out by Zephyr.
Is this going to be the defense round?
Where was Lion hiding?
I did not see, unfortunately.
Yeah, 2 kills in bar.
I think he probably was hiding in gym. He dropped through the...
Dropped through the thing? We didn't see him? Okay, Chrisco at the same time picks up 2. Now on England, and Zephyr aggressively pushing the stairs again. There we go. Vitality.
First defense win.
All right, screw it. We are going to change things drastically. We're going to go hella aggressive. Lion, I think you say maybe an upstairs drop down through the drop door. Chrisco now on the front staircase looking for another one. Skies finally starts to come down the back corridor. Alone and exposed. Dies down to that P90.
Okay, no, hang on a second. Are we sure that we didn't confuse Vitality and eXcellence? Because it seems like Vitality's playing like eXcellence is supposed to be playing, with that aggression, that unpredictableness, the just spontaneous, here's something, this is what we're doing.
Surprise, I'm here.
But at the same time, you have to admit, the way Vitality's playing, what they're doing is planned. This is they're intentionally doing everything that they do. It's something they've pre-discussed. You can see it in the way it's executed. So maybe not. Maybe it's just this is Vitality. They're making a point. They're proving, here we are. We're gonna make our way to the finals.
I'm still confused where Lion came from.
I don't know. I don't know either. And there goes Crisco. And then So it looks like we're gonna be.
Got to be glad it took that long for us to have an Xbox issue. But we'll figure out whatever it is. I'm sure it'll be a nice, easy, quick fix, and then they will be back in just a moment.
Yep.
3 rounds to 2 in favor of Vitality. They just broke that deadlock. They are now up 1. They won a defense round on basement.
Yeah.
Weird to say that that's the deadlock we were at, but it's a thing.
What is that? It is so strange.
Yeah, but it's there now.
Yeah.
eXcellence have to look at it. Thankfully here, they actually have a little bit extra time to think, all right, what have we been doing wrong in our defenses? How do we shore them up a little bit more? Can we play aggressive like that, perhaps? How do we get back onto this level footing and bring this back into our favor? Because again, now you're looking at eXcellence that goes, okay, we win our defense here. We're on 3-3. Then we get to attack the bar upstairs. Where do we go from there?
Yeah, but it's down to winning that defense downstairs, though. Like, are they going to? Because they haven't so far, and they don't seem to have. They tried to implement something to stop Vitality, but they couldn't.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not sure. It seems like it's the opposite deadlock of what we're used to, but it is what it is, I guess. And they need to come up with some sort of something special to stop them from just pushing straight on into blue or pushing straight on into Moto.
Yeah, they've got that strategy to it. As we mentioned, they'll push their Blackbeard through blue, then they'll push their Ash in the front end, and they'll like move their utility over, move their Thatcher around each hole and each.
And they've been playing it dynamically too, because like first time on their attack that they won, they put most of their cards in the Moto drop, and then they switched it up, and then they did the blue drop. You know, they don't just kind of attack any which location. They make a difference every single round, and eXcellence on the other hand, they've been attacking the same way every time, and it's working for them so far. But I'm worried that it won't going into the next attack, and I'm also going into the final attack, I suppose. They're going to attack bar next, but I'm worried that I'm also worried that they haven't done anything as Vitality has done to win that basement defense. I'm not sure what they can do really. What are they going to try?
I see them trying the aggression. They just lost to it. It's their strategy, as you say. This is excellent. They should be the aggressive ones. They should be the guys right up front. They look at that and say, "Hang, they just beat us at our own game. We can't let that happen. We can't be this. Let's fight back it. Let's play the aggressive excellence everyone wanted, everyone's expecting, everyone's looking to see, and beat them at their own game."
I agree with you, but also at the same time, Vitality's aggression, that was like pre-planned.
Oh, that was all
like
they had
timings and ideas that like the C4 up in cash, the Jaeger playing in. I must assume it was in gym, and then the aggression onto the all of that was coming together in a symphony. And what eXcellence does is a little bit different. It's more like, okay, let's coordinate in the middle of the game. Let's just go. We'll find out.
Yeah, so I mean, like, no saying it'll work, but I see the way eXcellence play, I see the way they talk, I see the way they are, and they're an emotional team. They're a momentum-based team. If they lose to their strategy, they lose to the all-out aggression. Yeah, seeing them turn around and go, "Let's do all-out aggression back," wouldn't be too far of a stretch. Is it a good idea? Don't know. Have to wait and see. But it wouldn't surprise me if we start seeing them do maybe even spawn peaks on this round.
Entirely possible, but if they're going to do spawn peaks, honestly, I would say defend bar. Get your bar win and then go to the basement. I'm not sure. We'll find out what they do, but speculation is the best we can.
Yeah. So 3 rounds to 2 in favor of Vitality here on Clubhouse. First map was Consulate, and Vitality won it pretty easily, 5 rounds to 3. But at no point did they really seem completely out of control. But yes, it was their map, so it's to be expected. It's been their map all season. Vitality are Consulate. You just know that those two go hand in hand. Clubhouse, however, was the same to be for eXcellence through North America, but Vitality have really given them a run for their money.
I talked about this at the beginning, before we even started, but I understand that it's supposed to be, Consulate is supposed to be eXcellence, and it's their map, right? I get that. I completely comprehend that, but at the same time, it's a strat-based map. Like, this is one of the most strat-based maps in the game, and Vitality is the team that invests more time into their strats. That's how they play. So that's why I'm, it's entirely possible that Vitality is going to be able to 2-0 this right now. They have the momentum. They did win the very first basement attack. That's still funny to say, but they did win the very first basement attack, and now they're going to be going into a bar. Or so they're going to be going into Yeah, they're going to have to do a bar defense.
So having won a defense finally.
Or sorry, a basement defense, yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
We now have eXcellence here looking to defend themselves if they can. Vitality in their next round will be forced into the bar, or, and this is the other crazy thing we haven't even touched on yet, we have seen some Xbox squads go for that gym and bedroom bomb site as a second bit.
It's feasible. I mean, the entire floor is destructible. So there's ways you can hold it.
Have we seen eXcellence really do bottom-up games at all?
No.
No, Consulate is
not
one of
deal.
the key maps to do it.
That's why.
Did they do it?
Yeah,
no,
they didn't. Exactly.
So could you take the gym bedroom here against them and get away with it? Quite possibly. We'll have to wait and see what Vitality choose to do, and especially if it comes down to match point and eXcellence are,
I think,
a little bit shaken.
I think the reason that people don't play master bedroom is because, okay, you can hold it from underneath, but if you're holding it from underneath, you may as well be holding bar. Or you can hold it from the hallway, but you can't though, because you can just open up the hot tub wall. You can open up, okay, so you can open up the hot tub wall, you can open up 2 drops, one in the bomb site and one in the adjacent room to the other bomb site, and you can open up all the windows and then also the wall on the bomb site itself. So you can have an open lane into all of the bomb sites, and every single room and corner could be opened in that map. That's basically what I'm getting at. Yep. So like if you're holding it from underneath, you're holding bar basically. And if you're holding it from above, there's nowhere to hide ever if a team attacks it correctly. So I'm not sure. We'll see if they do that, if it works out for them. But if you are doing that, I imagine the entire idea is just to spawn peek the whole time and play. I'm not sure. Yeah, like whatever the strategy does come through, gym and bedroom, like there's ideas and none of them perfect. We'll see what they go with. Yeah. But that's exactly why there's a chance they pick it. It is that unpredictable. It's that spanner in the works. It's that you aren't ready for this, and we are what could be 2 rounds up. Yeah. And sitting on map point and able to give you this. And yeah, you're right. It is unpredictable. And if a team had the opportunity to think it through, like really take a second and be like, well, hang on a second, we can just open up every wall that exists on this bomb site, then I'm sure they would. But not everyone actually has that time to, process that, be like, okay, the defending master, wait a second, what do we do? And they go into a frenzy, well, we could do this, we could do this. And there's a lot of internal discussion amongst teams sometimes when it comes down to that situation. Yep. So a strong in-game leader, a strong decision maker, a captain really does benefit the squad. You have to, yeah. So we do just need our last couple of players to come back into this lobby. We are waiting for 1 or 2 from each squad coming on in, and then we'll be back on and continuing. So we mentioned it's 3 rounds to 2 in favor of Vitality. They are now on to attack, a side which has, up until that last round, been a guaranteed win for both of these 2 teams. So if they keep that trend on, they will be on to map point and then series point. They'll be heading to the finals tomorrow. They are already 1 map up. They won the first one. eXcellence need to spin this game around, turn it on its head to even get a chance of playing bank map number 3 to keep their dream of finals alive, to keep any hope of having a North American team even in the final game alive. A double, we almost saw a double NA PC finals, and now we're getting pretty close to seeing a double EU Xbox finals. What has season 3 come to? It's a different world. Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's very surprising. Times change, but oh my gosh, it's exciting. It's exciting. Yep. I mean, it's also not just that like we've seen one season get better or one region get better. It's like the entire game, everyone has developed, everyone has got stronger, everyone has got better. Right. Less to the point whereas in previous seasons we've had like one team outshine everyone by a mile and they've gone on to win. Orbit GT outshot everyone by a mile. Orbit GT season 2, Youngtis for Europe, and then they won the final. For Xbox we said the same thing. We had that Penta season 1. Yeah, Penta season 1. We saw one squad from each region dominate their region, come towards the final, and then one of those 2 would dominate the other one. That'd be it. Everyone is here, and this everyone is the closer. It's the closest season we've ever seen. Yeah. Now in these specific games, in these specific matches, it is heading towards a now Europe NA final. It is heading towards what could be a 2 Europe Xbox final. Yeah. But you could switch 1 or 2 of these maps for both of these games, and you'd have a 2 NA Xbox final. You'd have a 2 NA. Like it's not been. It's crazy. Like this is the best team hands down, no matter what. This has been the best team on today, and they are earning this right now, and they are putting in the work. But if this was a best of 7, imagine. Oh well, first of all, we would be here for several days. Yeah, we would never. So protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Now we're going to see Vitality, again, attacking basement. So they did decide to keep going for basement. They didn't want to go for any roaming or anything like that. Or at least, as far as I know, they might do it on the basement. But we'll find out in a second. And Vitality, I'm sure, probably going to go for another Moto blue drop take. Just put that Blackbeard in that hallway, force it on out, and get the nice pincer from Moto. We'll see what happens.
So, the defensive operators for eXcellence
10 seconds left.
have lost the Frost.
Yep.
He's no longer a
5 seconds
member.
left before
Bandit is now on Laxing. He was the Frost in the past. He's now got the
Attackers are
MP7
moving out
in
to
hand.
locate a bomb and defuse
You know, I talked to eXcellence, and they said that they kind of just play whatever they feel like playing at the time. So, like, if they want to play a Frost, you know, if they're like, you know what, I want to play Frost, I want to use your shotgun, they'll play Frost. And it works for them. So, there you go.
Yep.
A lot of teams, what they do is they pick an operator, and that's what they play. But they're not that team.
Immediate change here from Vitality. Instead of doing the bar dropper and the blue dropper that they've done every
This
attack
is
so far,
great.
they are now pushing construction tunnel. Dashboard was in there and waiting for it, so he's heard it and he's got the information.
This
but
is
has
great
had to fall
variation.
back.
This is them being like, you know what, we're winning with this, but we got other things that we can use.
Furious G punches his way into the garage again, and then we'll head on over after a quick check.
It's funny that Vitality is the team that plays a player in there, and is also the team that doesn't drone it, but instead face checks it.
Yep. There we go. Turns up towards blue, shoots that open, and will be a little clear to actually just straight drop down in there and push forward, because once again it's been more or less exposed and alone. And now they come through construction tunnel 2. Lion has already gone further forward. Another grenade comes out,
Oh,
takes
nice.
Zefe down. Second grenade comes in. Don't peek this too aggressively. Zefe will die to the
Don't
second
need
grenade.
to.
Now he comes on in. Dashboard
Oh, wow.
cannot land the shots, and Vitality pick up 2. Lion, that's big before England takes him out. There's a second man in that tunnel though, and there is the Blackbeard pre-firing in through that wall, and as he stands up, Anthrax takes him out again. A good double there for Vitality. They're also losing a man. Anthrax goes down to Laxing, but it is now Laxing against 3. He got into the construction tunnel, and he has the diffuser. He's against the Blackbeard, that's tough. He's against an Ash who could easily flank around, but he's actually staying in gold, and he's against the Thatcher who is the man flanking around. He's coming outside. They've got 1:13. Krisku is now coming up, and he's also going to join the flank. I realize a 2-man behind is more important than 2 men in front when one of the men in front is a Blackbeard already.
Yeah, the Blackbeard's undefeatable. He's sitting behind the boxes. He doesn't need to push. So you have 2 people come from behind, force him into either dying to the Blackbeard or
I don't
trading.
think Laxing heard this drone come from behind. I don't think he realized it's behind him. He's still watching the front.
No.
It's coming straight around behind. There he edges towards. They shots miss for a moment,
Defenders have been
but it's not
eliminated.
there at the end. He turns just in time to see that bullet slam straight into his face and put Vitality onto
4
map
rounds.
and series point.
Yeah, this is it. This is the moment of truth. Double EU, Xbox Finals, or can eXcellence bring it back on their map and show that they deserve to be here truly and wholly?
They're looking now to attack the... They can't be Church Nelson. You've held that. They will change it over in a second, but the question is where to.
And we're gonna have a
Nothing for
disconnect.
now.
So rehost.
This time, Laxing having an issue, whichever it may be. So we'll have that solved out and done. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, as yeah, everything rides on this next round. Vitality up 4 rounds to 3, 4 rounds to 2. They won the first map constantly. They've won it already, 5 rounds to 3. They are sitting on the verge of that final. They've sat there in the crowd. They were the biggest fans for Supremacy. They were cheering them on as loud as possible. Right. They were getting them into that final. They were giving them everything they could get. They want to play against each other up in that grand final. They want it to be an all-French, an all-European Xbox final. And they are so very close.
Yeah. Yeah. A single round away from exactly that. But I believe in eXcellence. I believe in the comeback, and we'll see if they can bring it to a 3rd map.
So, if we do go to that 3rd map, we're looking at bang. That's a completely different setup to what we've seen in these previous ones. It comes back to, as you say, long-range gunfights, long-range draw.
Very linear as well.
Yeah, very, very linear.
Except, well, I mean, linear on half of it and then open on the other. It's kind of like, it's like Consulate on the top half, but it's more like Clubhouse on the bottom half.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so up and all over, so unpredictable, which is our word of the day from the sounds of things.
Yep. I mean, this is unpredictable. This is unprecedented, really. I mean, this is eXcellence's map, you know? And what are we at? 4-2 right now? 4-3 maybe? Yeah, it's 4-2.
4-2, yeah.
And it's just surprising. You wouldn't have expected, even if eXcellence were to lose, you wouldn't have expected a 2-0.
No, definitely not.
I think this would be the first 2-0 of the entire
Especially
night.
as this is one of the first seasons Vitality have come into finals as the second seed as well.
Right.
eXcellence the number 1 seed from North America. Vitality are number 2. They came in last season as the number 1 seed, as undefeated, dominating their scene, and then fell flat in the face at finals. This is a Vitality that finally found their footing, finally found how to stand and stay strong at this stage, on the playoff stage, and to do it against the number 1 seed from North America.
But you can't count them out. You can't count eXcellence out.
Definitely not.
I've seen people come back from worse, and you have to remember, this is their map. This is their platform, and you know they have the drive, the will to win this.
So, as you see the teams thinking it over and figuring out whatever this issue is. So, there's a lot to talk. You see the admins in the background too. So, figuring out what the issue is, figuring out how they're going to deal with it, how they're going to play with it and solve whatever it may be.
We're finding out what's happening.
And yeah, we'll give you an update as soon as we've got it. We'll find out what the plan of action is. You can see that admins there behind eXcellence at that point and talking things over. They were over at Vitality not so long ago and talked to them too. So as soon as we know anything, you'll know anything. But until that point, the score stands at 4-2. And Vitality are just itching. They just want it. They want to round it out, go to bed in the final.
Yeah.
Prep for tomorrow. Look towards that next game.
Another thing is now, I think Vitality's gonna have to defend bar, correct? They won the basement defense, right?
Yes.
Yes. So they're defending bar, and that is gonna give eXcellence a good chance of actually taking that. I mean, we haven't even seen a bar defense yet, have we? No, we haven't. So it's gonna be eXcellence's chance to turn this around, put it into 4-3. And then move on to their own, again, another basement defense, and see if they can figure out a way to counter what Vitality has been throwing at them, which is primarily blue coupled with either moto or construction. And that's the main dilemma that they face right now. But we'll find out if they can actually win on the attack on the bar. And it really just comes down to, when a bar attack, honestly, comes down to where the defenders stack their players and where you're attacking. So, like, if they all stack in strip and you're attacking strip, you're probably going to lose as an attacker. But if they're all defending stock and you're attacking stock, it's the same. But if you catch one of the other, the opposite, and it's really easy to win an attack on bar. And it's really hard for the defenders to just predict that. So that's why bar is such a difficult site to hold.
Yeah, killing these players as they rotate from one to another is tough as all hell. So, players are funneling back into the lobby. You can see it there on the corner of your screen. 8 of them back in. Last 2 will join in a moment. 4-2 is the score, and Vitality just looking for that last one. And now they've got to defend that bar site. They've got to defend upstairs. As you said, do they pick the right end to stack? Do they try and split it? Do they survive the rotate from one to another? That's the toughest part about defending this site. Yep. As you say, if you stack one and you pick right, job done, you can hold it. If you stack the other and you pick right, job done, you can hold it. It's when you try and go from one site to the other that the attackers have a huge advantage.
And we saw from MW earlier today on Clubhouse, they just didn't either. They just threw somebody into the middle, and it worked out well for them. So sometimes there are some curveballs that you can throw on bar. It's such a large map. There are curveballs that you can throw that will work out in your favor. So we'll see if maybe eXcellence decide to try and attack it in a way that we've never seen before.
So, as the last couple are in, we will find out any second now. The other question is, how do they attack this bar? Do they try a Montaigne take? We saw it earlier on for the first time in the Pro League successfully, but that was PC. Does that change anything? Are they still able to do that same kind of style here on Xbox? Are they going to scrap that and go straight towards bar? Do they bring Strip Club? Do they bring the Blackbeard and bring the Thermite and go in through that way instead? How are they trying to make this count?
Well, it's not a Montaigne, Matt.
Not a Montaigne, that's for sure. They are still bringing the Blackbeard. Laxing run that every single time now. Dashboard bringing Twitch in once more. And well, Thermite in the hands of Zephyr this time. Laxing has played that a couple of rounds on their attack for the basement, but they have now switched it on over, and he's taken Blackbeard back, and here it is. Vitality's defense holds Jaeger, Rook, Valkyrie, Bandit, and Smoke, which again, It's the same as downstairs. So they're not doing anything crazy new or different for their defense either.
I think they know what they like and they know what works for them, and they're just rolling with it. And eXcellence, I'm just curious to see where they're going to be attacking, how they're going to be attacking, what are they going to be stressing in their attack? Are they going to be trying to, is the emphasis going to be on opening the strip wall into pool? Is the emphasis going to be on taking from underneath, for example? And I've seen that happen before. What's the plan here? Because this round is, as we know, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the round. If you don't get it right here, it's over.
So that barbed wire there stops the Ash Rush we saw earlier on.
It actually doesn't.
No?
No, you just shoot the Ash low on the reinforcement and it'll grab
Would
it.
that, like, early warning be, oh, right, there's an Ash charge going off, I should look at it?
I think, I'm pretty sure that when they did that rush, MW, they may have actually used an Ash charge.
10 seconds
Okay.
remaining.
Yeah.
Either way.
No, wait. No, they meleeed it. But, yeah, no, I've seen teams use Ash charges there before. It will give you early warning, of course, but it's the sort of thing, holding that front door is actually kind of hard. You can put someone close there with a shotgun, that's their, I'd say probably the best bet, or you can play somebody low next to the tables with the chairs, and somebody also in lounge to get a good crossfire, and that's another thing, but you're investing a lot in that hold, and then, this is bar we're talking about. Then you have nobody in strip, for example, or you have nobody holding above. You know, it really is an issue of resources.
As it is, Vitality's defense looks to have two people inside the strip club. Criscu in there with Jaeger and Lion in there as Bandit. And yeah, they seem to have picked right. eXcellence are pushing from this end. They are trying to open up the tops. They lose Furious G to Laxing's Blackbeard. Grenade goes up and over that wall and will blow up right on the other side of it, having done a little bit of damage to Bandit, but nothing serious. But it has stopped him from possibly juggling, has forced him to move and reposition inside. But it does the same to Crisco, and he's repositioned straight into England and wins that firefight. So the trade is back. But Dashboard takes Lion out and keeps the trades in favor of the attacking team. That's the two people in Strip Club out of there now. One of them still alive, but he's gone. So Strip is in eXcellence hands, and they didn't take too long to do it. They have just over a minute gone. They've got Laxing watching the cross back from the B site through lounge, through that front doorway. They've now got Dashboard inside strip. Sky is coming from kitchen too, so they've got pressure on a very spread out set of angles here for eXcellence. Can they catch out the right defenders on their way through, on their rotate back? Anthrax is one that's going to look to come across the bar. Crisco is upstairs above this trapdoor. He does have some holes in the floor. Are they going to show him the right spots that he needs? And there is still a Valkyrie to contend with as well.
Yeah, and it's interesting that eXcellence has got the man advantage here. A lot of just straight up aggression onto the guys holding in strip. You'd expect when they are holding in strip to at least take down their own numbers.
That's a shotgun Valkyrie, and she's stuck in the B bomb site.
Yeah, she's useless right now.
She's done. This might as well be a 4v2. If she gets it back across and has any kind of impact with that shotgun, a lucky deagle shot maybe, but with that shotgun,
honestly,
that's a mission.
I think the shotgun is, I understand you're trying to hold stock. That's the plan. That's your whole job.
Yeah.
But you're rendered useless if you're not holding stock. Anything else, this is such a long angle spawn. There's not a whole lot of options with that shotgun now. You're going to have to switch to your deagle.
Skies has gone upstairs. I don't know whether he knows Chris was here or not. He definitely has an idea, and he does get the confirmation. They had the time to play with it. They waited, and they made sure he got the kill. Now it's only Anthrax. There's Bios trying to come back, and there you go. Okay, he was looking the wrong way, but
how did he not
results
know?
The same. Shotgun and null factor. You do find Anthrax close to the pool table. He comes around, but now that he's got one kill, that's all they needed. Vitality, 5 rounds to 2.
Didn't eXcellence
No, sorry.
that?
Sorry, I'm way over the top ahead of myself. It's 1 a.m.
4 rounds to 3. It's been a long day, guys. We're all tired here. We're pulling double shifts. All right, now, that is the round eXcellence needed. That is the thing that they needed to push themselves back into this match. Now they're going to be defending, you guessed it, basement? Yep, basement. Yep. So they're going to be defending basement. Now we need to figure out if they can do something to stop the amazing attacks that Vitality have been putting out this whole match. Because they haven't this whole time, and it's sad to see the basement on Clubhouse lost so many times. You know, it's not right. You know, it's wrong. It's wrong in every way. So this is their moment. This is their moment of truth. 3-4. They either win this and go on to the go into overtime, and then hopefully go on to the next match, or it's over.
Yeah. So The setup so far is looking familiar. Their operator is the same as it was last round. It still came back to a 3-on-1 hold, which Laxing could not pull off.
He tried.
He did. He gave it a good shot. He had control of the diffuser, but they had enough time left. They had enough time left that they got around behind him. They punished him from both sides, and he couldn't hold off every fight.
Because when we were spectating him, it was like clunk, clunk, clunk. There's like...
Now, they do seal up the door there from Church, from the blue dropper in towards Church. It's just a small delay. It just falls out another couple of shots from the attacking team, slow them down a couple of extra seconds, but every little helps right here.
There's no wall. There's 2 unreinforced walls from Church. That's a little bit dangerous.
Lion spraying that door open. Actually has to dance back as some shots come rattling towards him. Doesn't take any damage, anything too serious, and they do get away, but he uses a grenade here to make this hole in the floor. Nicely done.
Interesting use of a grenade. Use a lot of other, things that you can use to open that up, like a breaching charge.
Well, they did bring Buck every round and before. Now
I think Ash has breaching charges though.
Sorry, no, they
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Ash has breaching charges. Yeah,
breaching charges. So you got tons of breachability coming from her. So oh, and look, there's a breaching charge right next to the hole you just made.
Yeah. Doing a couple more in the corridor again too. She still has her range runs across 2 of the specials.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, they didn't bring Buck before. It's excellent to bring him back, but still, as you say, breach charges on Ash, plenty of holes, plenty of ways to make more holes. And they do just that. So Lion down 1 grenade, which he could be using further in.
And Church wall is still not ready for it. What is the plan with that? Is there a reason? Did they just make a mistake?
I don't know, but now it's been spotted. Ash should have some range charges left. She can come and blow that open.
We're gonna just get
she
that
also
for free.
used 1 on the wall towards gold, towards armory last time, and that's how they started in there and got into the B side too. So with no reinforcements that side either, Vitality are spoiled for choice here on where they want to go from this staircase.
That's actually not necessarily a good thing on a clubhouse attack. Sometimes you can get a little distracted by the options and it can slow you down as well as spread you out. But it's all down to Vitality whether or not that happens.
eXcellence have 3 people here in armory now. They are smoking off Furious G's Blackbeard, but they're using the smoke so early that Vitality are happy to just sit back and wait and let them show charge down. More charges down and out, still a minute on the clock. The drones are still checking through armory and waiting what's there. Ash has now come down to the front staircase, will blow a hole into Church, right next to the only reinforcement, which has both Zephyr close and Dashboard even closer. The shots rattle past and aren't quite near to Valkyrie. She's tucked away in enough cover to survive it. But it's got to be cautious as soon as the push does come in. That'll check. That one goes to gold. They push in, they go straight to B. Skies turns around though and does kill Crisco out before Furious G takes down England. Skies teeps around the next way and takes down Anthrax at the same time. Lion is still dancing around the bomb with him and does finally get the kill, but Laxing is taken down Bios in the turn. 2v2 now as Laxing goes down to Furious G. Blackbeard and Capital, and Blackbeard now inside armory is behind these boxes. He's now unkillable from here. Valkyrie inside Church has that shotgun she's got to come back across with too. Dashboard sees the sight lines onto Capital and tags him up but can't finish it. Pushes towards the stairwell. Zephyr is in there. Has 10 seconds and now he's been cut out by the fire. Tries to sprint back in. Actually gets through it because there's only 1 bolt, but it's super low health. Blackbeard is still firing from a distance. He does have the time to switch around and actually downs the 1 remaining Valkyrie. Dashboard with his P90 in hand takes out Lion. It becomes a 1v1 technically.
The 1v1 didn't decide at all.
Shotgun, shield in hand on top of this Blackbeard weapon. Falls back into blue. Has a strong position on this diffuser. Dashboard starts to pre-fire in. The shots are coming out. And Furious G does what it takes. He sends Valkyrie through, this time for true, into the final. It's an all-European affair.
Wow. Nobody